Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. We want to talk a little bit about the shift that's going on out there, with all this uncertainty and where are we all going with this. A lot of people believe this is a shift of collective consciousness and things will be much better on the other side of this. We believe that.
We absolutely believe that. I used those words in my sleep to Jeffrey about 10 days ago, didn't I?
Yeah, when you were talking in your sleep about the shift. Yeah.
So
It's underway, and we just want to talk about this. We don't watch the news, but we are now getting, because of COVID-19 and all this stuff, things come in through YouTube, with the AI. If you go search something, something else comes back.
Right.
So I am appreciative of, because we do like to be informed. I don't know if it's ABC or NBC, it doesn't even matter. The clip comes in and it's the updates of everything that's gone on during the day prior. So we were watching this clip, and the newscaster was interviewing a mom that was at home with two beautiful young kids. She is beautiful. It was a beautiful family.
they were all healthy.
Yeah. So basically, the newscaster said, "Oh my God, how is it?" It was the way he termed the question. It was basically, "How are you surviving their home with those two young kids?" And the mom kind of came back with how tough it was. And I said, "Karen, pause that." And we just chatted about it. It was just amazing to us. Beautiful young mother with two beautiful kids, and they're all talking about this like it's a disaster, right?
Right. I mean, if we didn't have any sound on and I were going to put my own words to it, there was this, very, as Jeffrey said, beautiful family. And beautiful from the fact that, the little girl was climbing around her mom and she looked really healthy and vibrant, and the mom looked healthy and vibrant. The newscaster had almost like a furrow on his face, which set the tone for her to answer. And if I hadn't seen that, my interpretation would have been, "Oh, look at this beautiful family. Isn't it wonderful that they're all able to be home together and spending quality time together?" But instead, the newscaster turned this around like spending time with a 2 and 4-year-old was a punishment and was such a challenge. I mean, these are things that we've been doing from the beginning of time. Parents have spent time with their children at all ages, and it doesn't matter how old they are. Every single minute is a gift. And, it was really a hard news clip for me to watch because I know that I couldn't wait at that point in my life to have a family with Jeffrey, and I feel incredibly blessed to have two amazing, healthy daughters. But it was not an easy road to get there, and we had a lot of losses along the way. So I personally was somewhat offended by the news clip I feel like the poor mom was set up to answer that, yes, it's challenging.
Well, and this is just one person, one small clip.
Right.
I've seen tons of these where people are complaining they're trying to do their work, and the kids and the dogs and all this stuff. So this is an ongoing thing. The question is, was that woman 5 years ago, or as the kids were like 2 and something, or 8 years ago, where she manifesting, I want a beautiful marriage, I want to have kids, I want to be able to stay home with them, something like that, probably. And I mean, maybe it's not manifestation, maybe that was her goal, maybe that was her dream. I just look at that. So now she has it.
It's a dream come true,
right? Well, all we're trying to say is, there are plenty of people. I traveled way too much when I was out there in business.
You did.
Probably way too much. Don't you think there are a lot of people that said, "Hey, I wish I could spend more time with my family and travel less"? When this thing's all done, I do believe people will travel less. I mean, we're in the business of communications, and I can tell you the numbers are just huge with people working from home and working on, web calls where you can basically see each other. You got video, you got voice, you got IM, you can do screen share. And I'm talking to a lot of companies that feel like, this is going to be the wave of the future. We're going to spend more time doing this and less time going out on the road. So, do you think some people out there are manifesting, hey, I wish I could spend more time at home with my family and not so much on planes flying around the country or flying around the world? I'm sure. Some of them actually, got their wish with this. So
right.
I guess I don't want to make light of it because people are losing jobs. I'm sure there's some people that lost jobs that were just...
And losing lives. I mean,
right.
We definitely are not making light of this. But what's important to know is it can't be all Eeyore, the sky is falling. We have to look at the positives and the good things about the shift, because we need to stop the panic and the fear that the news would like to continue to spread. So much so right to a happy, healthy family trying to turn it around into something ugly and unpleasant when it's such a miracle and a beautiful thing. So that's the point of this, not to make light of anything that's tragic, but to let go of the fear and talk about the wonderful things. And Jeffrey was just about to get into the jobs, and we don't want to make light of anyone who's lost a job, because we understand that that's not always a good thing. On the flip side, there are people that are watching this video that have probably said in the past month, I hate my job. I wish I didn't have to go to this job. Well, guess what? Your dreams have come true if you've been let go. Or
if you're one of those people.
If you're one of those people who's been let go, or your job is no longer available. And so, in a way, think about the positive, that the shift is giving you what you've asked for. And this is the people that have asked for that. The shift is giving you what you've asked for. And now's your opportunity to do something different, to do what you want to do that makes you happy, right?
Right. Well, and if there are plenty of people that, you were just telling me a story of someone we know of that lost her job. She loved her job.
Loved her job.
So she's listening to this like, what the heck are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a undulating road when we're on our path to our goals. And sometimes things don't always look like it's perfect. Right? You're going down a valley when you wanted to be up at a peak. So things have a way of working out. Someone may lose a job and then go back into another job. Maybe it's more money. Maybe it's a better job. Maybe it's working for a better boss, a better company. Mm-hmm. Who knows? You've got to focus on those types of things. I guess the point is we wanted to talk about, be impeccable with your words and be careful what you're asking for. Or maybe you are getting what you want, like the mother staying home with the kids, or the father that doesn't have to travel, the mother that travels for a living, and the kids are with a nanny, and maybe she can be home now more often. Those are the kind of things. I mean, Karen and I, if you guys follow us, you saw that we rolled a Jeep. It was interesting. We had 2 Jeeps. We live here in the mountains, and you really have to have 4-wheel drive because sometimes you wake up and there's a lot of snow out there. We said, we really don't need 2 cars. We're together 100% of the time. We travel around the country in a Jeep. We had one that we were driving, and I was kind of making a game out of it to see, how many miles we could put on this thing. I mean, we circled the country multiple times, and we rolled that thing. On the highway, we hit black ice, went sideways, hit a snowbank, flipped, the back exploded out. We had all kinds of luggage. We were going away for a whole month. Rolled it, we were upside down, we looked at each other. We got a whole deep story on that for another video.
Very spiritual experience and a miracle that we walked away from that, and that sugar baby, our little blind Chihuahua mix here, is still with us. But that is another.
That's another video.
That's another.
Yeah.
Video.
The point that we're talking about is we only need 1 Jeep, and then after
not that morning, but we had talked about.
Could have been the day before, 2 days before. But the funny thing is, we looked at each other and said, "Be careful what you wish for." Now we got 1 Jeep.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend that to anybody because yes, we were very lucky. Right. But those are the kind of things that we're talking about. It's just take whatever you are given, through some of these tough times. And embrace it, I guess. Is it something that you really wanted? Is it something that's putting you on a path towards a better life somehow, right? Think of it that way rather than think about I'm trapped in this house with unruly kids, or I'm trying to do conference calls and the dog's barking. I think everybody that I talk to in business, people are understanding. It's like,
Of course
look,
they
we know
are.
you're human. We know there are dogs. We know there are kids in the background. Don't worry about it. I mean, I didn't grow up in business that way, so I've kind of evolved to this.
Right.
So I understand, but it's a gift this time, right?
It is a gift, and you know what? On the business side, people love to do business with people that they like. And this is another opportunity to get to know your clients on a more personal level. This is what we've always strived to do, to build relationships with our clients. Guess what? Take a few minutes and say, I've got plenty of time for you. You know, let me see your dog. Bring your dog up to the video. What's your dog's name or your kids? You know, embrace everything you can about this instead of looking at the negatives. Embrace all of it. Even if you are that person who lost the job that you loved, I am fully confident, because you loved that job so much, that this is just a time to open you up to something even bigger and better and more amazing that you would not be looking for and probably would have closed yourself off to because you love the current job so much. But that doesn't mean that the current job is the very best job out there. There is something bigger and better. So, you know, we all have an opportunity to look at things in one way or another way. It's a choice.
Well, we always say that, you know, in this human life, you know, one of our greatest gifts, or I would say the greatest gift, is the freedom of choice. We all have the freedom of choice. We can all decide every second, every split second, every moment moving forward, what to think about things. And our perceptions are our own realities. I may perceive something different than Karen does, but in my mind and in my life, that's my reality. Right. And you know, we have to talk things through sometimes. You look at things differently, but your perception is your reality, and it's a choice. Every split second, every moment that you move forward, you get to make that choice. That's what's beautiful about this. If you've had a tough time, and you know, a lot of people have in this environment, so again, we don't want to make light of it. You have to look for the silver lining. You just have to. That's the strength of our human nature.
Right. I also want, before we wrap up, I wanted to talk about, you know, relationships under these circumstances, because, you know, Jeffrey and I are married a long time, and we've gone through the COVID-19 where, you know, we had days I could barely move, you know, and now we're having a great day. And the point is that, you know, if you are at home, as I hope everyone is, because this is no joke, okay, we need to really stick to this social distancing. So if you are at home with that special person, your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, remember that you chose that person, and before you had this time with that person, I guarantee when you were in the dating phase that this was a dream come true. To, you know, as I refer to Jeffrey, I said, it's like we're deserted on a desert island together. What a dream come true, to be deserted on a desert island with the man of my dreams. And, you know, the distractions are so limited right now because of what's going on in the world. So this is a really exciting opportunity for couples to really embrace this together time and build upon your relationships and your friendship and being lovers and all of the miracles of relationships that we dream of when we don't have it, right?
Well, yeah, the best gift you can give somebody is to listen to them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one thing I've always worked on with Karen, because, you know, you get wrapped up in a lot of things. So to Karen's point, you know, we have a little more time on our hands.
We do.
You should really be able to listen better to the other person. whether it be a spouse or a significant other or a business colleague, or yeah, as you mentioned, I probably said that 10 times in the last few days. When someone's like wants to reschedule something or do a meeting at a certain time, I'm like, yeah, I'll make it work. I mean, everyone's got more time. We can be a little more, I guess, lenient, be a little more human to everybody, and play this out. I think it will be a great thing at the end of the day. This shift will be very positive for all of us. We'll get through it. You almost have to, the analogy, you have to see the darkness of night to see that beautiful sunrise and love the beautiful sun of the day. It's I was talking about this, and I don't know if we're walking out here, and because we've been cooped up in this condo, that the outside air feels so much more fresh. The blue skies look so much more blue. The clouds going by are really unique.
I just want to change the word cooped up, because I don't think that you meant that with a negative connotation. I think what you're trying to say is because we've social distanced, we haven't been able to enjoy the fresh outdoors, which is something that we have a great
call it what you want. Okay, if you don't like cooped up, where the door's shut, we're inside. We're not outside.
We're quarantined.
I like to be outside.
We do like to be outside.
So when you go outside, it's so much more beautiful. And I don't know if it's because we've spent so much time inside or it's this shift, but the point is, it's so much sweeter on the other side. So let's focus on that and do the best we can to keep a positive attitude in these tough times, and do what you can to be safe and to keep your family safe.
I love that. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the nest at Copper Mountain.
And please go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you on board, and love to hear your comments about this too and what you're going through. And it's interesting times, and it's great to talk about this stuff. So thanks for listening.